I think I just cracked the code behind every viral video, and it comes down to one editing trick that makes videos irresistible. MrBeast uses it, every top creator uses it, and I've even used it to get my clients millions of views. But while some editors are spending hours perfecting pointless animations, other editors charge 10 times more because they understand this one trick. So in this video, I'm breaking down what this technique is, showing you real-life examples, and teaching you how to use it to make more money as an editor. But to understand this one editing trick, you first need to know what actually makes an irresistible video. So we have to understand why videos go viral on YouTube. For that, there are really only two things that matter: getting people to click and getting people to stay. That's it. The most viral video is the video that gets the most people to click while also getting the most people to watch until the very end. Think about MrBeast. He's widely known for creating the most irresistible videos on YouTube. His thumbnails and titles get hundreds of millions of people to click, and then his videos keep those millions of people watching until the very last second. That's why he dominates the platform. Now, us as editors, we can't always control the thumbnails and titles, but we have absolutely massive control over the second part of the viral equation: getting people to stay. So the question becomes, how do we edit videos that keep people watching until the very end? Well, after studying thousands of viral videos, I've come to find out they all use the same psychological trick. And when I started implementing this into my own clients' content, their videos blew up and had insane retention. It's called curiosity gaps. A curiosity gap is the space between what someone knows and what they desperately want to know. You give them just enough information to create questions in their mind, but not enough to fully answer them. And this is so powerful in editing because it literally hijacks the brain's natural wiring. The human brain is wired to close information gaps and will do whatever it takes to fill them. There's actually a term for this in psychology called the information gap theory. When your brain detects missing information, it creates what scientists call cognitive tension. And that tension is physically uncomfortable. Your brain will do whatever it takes to resolve it. Think about it like this. If I told you there's a box in the corner of the room, you might glance at it. But if I told you there's a box in the corner with something inside that could change your life, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, now you can't stop thinking about it. That's a curiosity gap in action. Studies have shown that when people experience curiosity, their brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that makes social media and video games addictive. So when you create curiosity gaps in your edits, you're literally making your videos chemically addictive. And the best part is, this isn't just theory. I can actually prove it works. But just so you know, what you are about to see will likely change how you watch videos forever. So I'm sorry in advance. Now let me show you exactly how MrBeast and other viral creators are literally hijacking your mind with curiosity gaps. And then I'll show you one of my own client videos where I use this exact technique to get millions of views. Let's start with MrBeast's $1 versus $1 billion yacht video.
This is a $1 billion super yacht.
So you click on his yacht video because you want to see a $1 billion yacht, right? So what he does is he immediately shows you exactly what you came for. A massive yacht, insane shots, your jaw is literally dropping. But then he purposely includes a clip where he says,
"How do humans build this stuff?
How did humans build this stuff?" And cuts away. He just gave you a taste and ripped it away from you. Then he shows all the yachts he's going to cover. 50 million, 300 million, 1 billion. But instead of starting with what you want to see, he makes you start at the bottom, the $1 yacht. You're sitting there thinking, dude, I don't care about the $1 yacht. Show me the $1 billion one. But that's exactly the point. He's created this massive curiosity gap that spans the entire video. But it gets even more genius. Listen to his voiceovers. The second he gets on that $1 yacht, he says,
"And after stepping on board, it was pretty clear why this yacht only cost $1.
He doesn't even tell you why. He just makes the statement. Now you're thinking, well, what's wrong with it? So you keep watching to find out. That's a curiosity gap. Right after, he shows the boat starting to sink. That's him closing the gap and opening a new one. And he does this constantly. After every yacht, he rehooks you. His friend says, "This is the nicest boat I've been on so far."
This boat is the nicest boat I've been on so far.
And immediately MrBeast adds a voiceover saying,
"Well, just wait until you see the next one. It's massive."
"Well, just wait until you see this next one. It's massive." By doing this, he's getting you to feel you need to see what's next. But here's where it gets crazy. I actually went through and counted every single curiosity gap in this video. Every statement, every visual, every voiceover designed to make you curious. You want to know how many I found? 67 in one 14-minute video. I counted 15 curiosity gaps in just the first 4 minutes and 33 in the first half of the video. And if you do the math, it's 4.5 curiosity gaps every single minute and 1 curiosity gap every 13.3 seconds. That means in a 14-minute video, he's literally hacking your brain every 13 seconds. And these are just the obvious ones. I guarantee I still missed some sneaky ones. But this is why MrBeast dominates YouTube. While other editors are worried about fancy effects and perfect animations, Jimmy and his team are weaponizing psychology. Every 13 seconds, they're hijacking your attention and making it impossible to leave. Now, this level of psychology is going into every single viral video and most editors have no idea. But this is exactly the kind of stuff I break down inside my free school community with over 2,500 other editors who are all focused on leveling up their skills and their income. Inside, you get access to my entire free editing course that shows you exactly how to go from wherever you're at now to $5,000 per month as an editor. I also do in-depth breakdowns like this one all the time, analyzing viral content, breaking down the psychology, and showing you exactly how to apply it to your own work. So if you want to level up your skills, master the psychology of attention, and make more money as an editor, just click the link in the description below. But now let me show you exactly how I actually applied this same psychology to one of my own client videos. Because it's one thing to see MrBeast do it with a massive budget and team, but I want to prove to you that you can do this too. So I'm about to break down the Last to Leave library video I edited for Ireland Boys Productions with 5 million subscribers. This video got millions of views, and when I show you how I strategically place curiosity gaps throughout the entire edit, it's gonna change how you think about editing forever. So let's head over to the computer. So this is the Last to Leave library video that I edited for the Ireland Boys. This ended up getting 3.1 million views, and there are a ton of curiosity gaps throughout this entire video. And so basically how this is going to work is I'm going to be going over 4 specific editing techniques that I used and implemented in this video to create curiosity gaps that kept people watching until the very end. These 4 editing techniques are voiceovers, cutaways, visuals, and music and sound effects. With that said, let's start with voiceovers. So let's head over to round 2. I'm gonna just play the voiceover first, and then I'm gonna kind of break it down.
Now that round 1 is completed, it's time for round 2, and this is where things get interesting.
So it wasn't a very complicated voiceover, nothing fancy, but just the simple fact of saying, now that round 1 is over, it's time for round 2, and here's where things get interesting. So I didn't say, and this is what we're doing next, and I go on to explain everything that's going on in round 2. No, we let the audience figure that out, and we raise the question in their mind, what's interesting about round 2? Now that was the round 2 voiceover. Let's head over to the round 4 voiceover to show you another great example.
Before the start of round 4. And for this round, each of us are gonna have to play a video out loud on our computer made by the other guys.
So in this voiceover before round 4, I could have just went into round 4 and not even explained that they're all watching the video. But I wanted to make the distinction that this round is unique from the other ones because they're all playing a video that each one of them made for each other. So by putting this voiceover in here, it's naturally getting the audience curious as to what's going to happen when they play these videos out loud. What even are these videos? What are they saying in the videos? And notice in the voiceover that I don't go in depth into what these videos are or go to explain every single detail about the videos. I leave it a bit ambiguous and just let the viewers know that they were created by the other guys and they're going to have to play it out loud. This gives the audience enough information to know what's coming up, but not enough information to feel fully satisfied. So they're going to continue to watch round 4 to see what happens next. So the last voiceover I want to go over is the voiceover before round 5. Let me play it.
At this point, Ricky had already won, but he actually doesn't even know that yet. So you guys are gonna get to watch Ricky keep going until he gets kicked out too.
This naturally creates the question, how long is he going to continue to go? What's going to happen when he fails? How far can he push it? And ultimately, what's going to happen next? This voiceover single-handedly creates all those questions in the minds of the viewers as they're watching and gets them to continue watching even though we already know he's won. Now, outside of voiceovers, one of the most important things that I did to create curiosity was add cutaways throughout the video. And a cutaway is as simple as it sounds. It's basically where you're in one scene and you cut away to another scene. The key though is cutting away at a point where the curiosity is at its peak, so you leave room for the audience to want to watch and close that curiosity gap. If that doesn't make sense, let me show you some examples of cutaways in this video. So as you can see, she was just about to say something. I used the riser to add that extra tension. And right as she's about to say something, I cut away. This is like literally holding a treat in front of a dog's mouth. It's like giving them exactly what they want, but then pulling it away right as they're about to get it. Now, outside of voiceovers and cutaways, I added a ton of visuals in this video that go to create curiosity gaps as well. So let me show you some of these specific visuals that I added in this video to create curiosity in the minds of the viewers. As the boys explained how the video works, I showed a ton of clips of some of the best moments coming up later in the video. Let's take a look.
Here's how this works. All three of us are currently at 3 different libraries. We each have a bag full of stuff and a laptop that shows a list of challenges, and we need to do as many as possible without getting kicked out.
But the trick is, we don't know what the challenges are because they were made by the other guys. Whoever completes the most rounds wins $10,000. Now that we're all set up, it's time for round 1.
So let me just go over some of the things that I did intentionally. So as soon as they mentioned a list of challenges, I started showing one of the most insane challenges that they did, one of the most eye-catching challenges they did, which is Ricky rubbing sunscreen all over his body. Immediately you see this, you're like, what the hell? This creates a little bit of curiosity that's like, oh wow, okay, this video actually has some entertaining stuff coming up. What is this that he's even doing? And ultimately, what's gonna happen in the video?
Challenges, and we need to do as many as possible.
So this is another clip that I chose, is Nick eating the jalapeno, and right as he goes to eat the jalapeno, I cut away right before he eats it. And that's intentional because that's a tiny little mini curiosity gap created in the minds of the viewer, as like they don't get to see him eat it, right? It's like I open the loop of him eating a jalapeno, but I don't close it by letting the audience see him actually eating it. So that's a mini curiosity gap, but it's also a curiosity gap in the bigger sense. He's eating a jalapeno. Jalapenos are hot. What's his reaction going to be? How is he going to handle the jalapeno? So there's multiple things that go on in the minds of the viewers as they're watching this.
Without getting kicked out.
Now the next clip, without getting kicked out, I show the cop there and I show Ricky covered in sunscreen. So naturally in the minds of the viewers, they're like, oh wow, cops actually come in this video. What happens? Does Ricky get arrested? Somebody get arrested? What's gonna happen? Each clip I'm showing here is creating more and more curiosity, getting the audience to want to actually stick around until the very end. Then I show Nick popping a balloon to kind of create some contrast, create a little bit of a breath of air, showing a real clip from the video. And it also acts as a way to show more of what's coming up because he just popped a balloon in the library. What are people going to say? How are the staff going to respond? What's going to happen to him as a result of popping the balloon? All these questions come in the minds of the viewers as they see these clips. Now, another tiny little visual I added are these little round 1 challenge animations. So round 1, use a pencil sharpener.
No. No, bro.
This visual just kind of creates a mini curiosity gap in the mind of the viewer as like, okay, how is using a pencil sharpener going to go? How are the people going to react? As soon as the audience sees what they have to do, they're like, oh, what's going to happen? How's this going to go? So these are just kind of acting as like little mini curiosity gaps as the challenge goes on to keep them watching to see how each challenge goes. So this screen also, this tally screen of all the points they have, this also goes to create a bit of curiosity because each time I show this screen, it's showing the points and the rounds that they've completed. It's a reminder to the audience subconsciously that this is a challenge, and this gets the question in the minds of the viewer, who do they think is going to win this challenge?
Now that round 1 is completed, it's time for round 2, and this is where things get interesting.
So not only does the voiceover say, and this is where things get interesting, but we've layered in the visual of Ricky pulling out something that's blurred. This is creating a bit of curiosity to what's that blurred thing that he's revealing. And then it also says coming up, letting the audience know that this is coming up next and they need to stick around to watch it. This is nothing too crazy or too technical, but this is instilling curiosity in the minds of the viewers as they watch this. Now, the last visual I want to talk about is something that I added to create a little bit of a foreshadow in the audience, hinting that something is about to happen and creating the curiosity of whether he's going to do it or not. So he pulls out the pans, I zoom in on the pans, and I add the visual round 7, smack 2 pans together. So this tells the audience without explicitly telling them that he's going to want to smack the 2 pans together and he's about to do it, right? This gets them curious. Is he going to actually do it? The cop is standing right there. What is he going to do? How's the cop going to react? Is he going to get arrested? Adding this visual and hinting and foreshadowing that he's about to smack the 2 pans together creates a ton of questions in the minds of the viewer, getting them to stay and watch to see if he actually does it or not. All right, so the last thing I want to show you are the sound effects and music that I added in this video to create curiosity gaps. So one really good example are the sound effects I added right here. So that's the Among Us imposter sound effect. And so that sound effect alone already has like a mysterious kind of like what's going on here kind of vibe, right? So naturally that sound effect already kind of creates curiosity, but putting it right here as he notices he has to pop the balloon, it's kind of foreshadowing that something bad is about to happen. And so naturally the audience is going to now wonder what's about to happen. Now, another example of the sound effects that I use are before each round, I added a riser and a hit sound effect. Let me show you what I mean.
Things get interesting.
All right, so notice there was that riser and then there's that deep, dark bram, that cinematic bram hit, right? So what these sound effects do is they signal to the audience that something is about to happen. And it doesn't tell you what, it just subconsciously makes you feel that something big is about to happen. The riser increases tension, which makes you like kind of physically uncomfortable in a sense. And then the bram, the cinematic dark bram, is just a deep, powerful like commencement cue that lets the audience know something big is about to happen.
And this is where things get interesting.
Riser increasing tension, and then the deep dark bram sound effect was like boom, like damn, like round two, like this is gonna be big, right? It's subconsciously reinforcing in the minds of the viewer that something big is about to happen, which naturally raises questions in your mind. What is that big thing that's gonna happen this round? So that was me going over the 4 ways in which I created curiosity gaps throughout this video. I added voiceovers, cutaways, visuals, sound effects, and music, all intentionally designed to create curiosity throughout the entire video. And now that you've seen me do it, I'm gonna talk about all the ways in which you can do it yourself. All right, so by now you not only understand the psychology behind curiosity gaps, but you should also start to be able to notice them when watching videos. The problem is, most editors can spot curiosity gaps in other people's content, but they have no clue how to create them in their own edits. They're missing the actual techniques. So I'm about to reveal 5 specific methods that will instantly transform your editing. These are the exact techniques that I use to create those curiosity gaps in my clients' content, as well as the same thing MrBeast does in his own content. And when you start using these, your clients are gonna notice the difference immediately. So technique number 1 is the cutaway. This is the most powerful one. Right when something big is about to happen, just cut away. In the library video I edited, the librarian walks up to DJ Fab who's using a blender, but right before she speaks, I cut away to the other guys. Now the audience has one question in their mind. What did she say to him? So naturally, they're gonna keep watching to find out. Technique number 2. The slow reveal. Don't show everything at once. If someone is listing steps, reveal one point at a time. For example, MrBeast does this perfectly in his Squid Game video. When players have to choose their honeycomb shapes, he doesn't reveal all 4 shapes at once. Instead, he reveals them one by one. Each reveal creates a new curiosity gap, making you wonder what's next. If he had showed all 4 shapes immediately, there'd be no curiosity. Technique number 3. Coming up. Show the best moments of your video in the first 5 to 30 seconds, but don't give away the context. In the library video, I showed clips of the best challenges, moments, and even parts of the outcome while explaining the rules. This way, you know crazy things happen, but you have to watch to see how. Technique number 4, reaction first. Show someone's reaction before showing what they're reacting to. MrBeast does this constantly in his yacht video. He shows amazed reactions, then reveals the incredible room. This makes the audience think, what are they seeing? Then they show the room to close the gap. Lead with the reaction, then show what caused it. And technique number 5, voiceovers. This is where you can really level up as an editor. Work with your creator to add voiceovers at key moments to create questions. Instead of saying, here's what happened next, say something like, but we had no idea what was about to happen. The key is making statements that create questions in the viewer's mind rather than just describing what's happening. And here's where this gets really interesting for your career. Understanding curiosity gaps doesn't just make you a better editor, it also makes you way more valuable. And I'm about to show you exactly how to weaponize this knowledge to become the kind of editor that clients can't live without. So here's the key. Remember earlier when we talked about the viral equation? You need the most clicks and the most people to watch until the end. Well, here's what most editors miss. This curiosity gap principle applies to the first part of that equation too. The more curiosity you create with your ideas, titles, and thumbnails, the more people you'll get to click on the videos. So to make more money with this knowledge, you can position yourself as an editor who will also review and optimize titles, thumbnails, ideas, and even scripts to add curiosity into every aspect of the content creation process. Because here's the reality, as editors alone, we have much less control over a video's performance. We can really only impact the retention side. But when you start constructing content with the creator and become a content strategy partner, you become way more valuable. Whether you're just a content consultant giving feedback on their ideas, or you're actually creating titles, ideas, thumbnails, and reviewing scripts, either way, you'll make more money positioning yourself this way than someone who only edits. Because at the end of the day, clients don't just want pretty videos, they want results. And when you understand the psychology behind both clicks and retention, you become the person who can actually deliver those results. Now, this is just one piece to the puzzle for editors who are stuck making $1,000 to $3,000 per month. Because the truth is, if you're stuck at that level, there are a bunch of problems you still face that need to be solved to level up. And I know this because after speaking with thousands of editors in my community, I've discovered there are 8 specific roadblocks that are keeping editors from breaking through to $5,000 to $10,000 per month. But luckily for you, I made a detailed video that exposes all 8 roadblocks and gives you the exact solutions to fix them. So if you want to know exactly what's been holding you back and how to finally break free to $5,000, even $10,000 per month, then click right here to watch that video now.